Hey, thank you for your Simpromptu visit. My name is Charlie. This is obviously my first video on YouTube, but I'm excited to get this channel going and um, create some builds that maybe you haven't seen before on YouTube. I really like to, when I'm just building on my own, I really like to build houses or any kind of buildings that are inspired by movies, TV shows, places I've seen or been to in real life. It's fun for me to recreate things and kind of challenge myself to make it as realistic as possible. Of course, in The Sims, you're never going to get an exact replica of something that you've seen in TV or in real life, especially in movies or TV. A lot of places actually, as I've found out while I've been making these, a lot of places or a lot of movies and shows, they film in like completely separate areas and call it one house, and it's very confusing as a builder to replicate it and kind of make it work if you can. This house has one bedroom and 1.5 baths. In the movie, it doesn't actually show the half bath, but I included it in there because I always hate when I'm playing The Sims and a Sim comes over if they have to like go through my bedroom, my Sim's bedroom, to get to the toilet. I don't know why. It's an invasion of privacy. I'm a private person. I don't like it. So I included a little half bath on the back there. I was having some issues with roofing here. I do figure it out eventually. It's not exactly how I was hoping that it would turn out, but it's close enough that it fits what I was going for. If you've never seen the movie Secret Window, it's about a divorced writer and just he's isolated himself in this cabin that I'm building. He's isolated himself, and he runs into some trouble. I don't really want to give much away if you haven't seen it, but it's a very good movie, and I highly recommend you watch it. It stars Johnny Depp and John Turturro, which are both fantastic actors. I won't get into the political things that can be brought up when Johnny Depp is mentioned nowadays, but I have been a huge fan of him my entire life, and this movie especially is one of my favorites. It brings back a lot of good memories. I probably was too young when I first watched it, but it's one of my favorites. The colorings of this house, as far as the outside goes, it's all wooden. It's a cabin, so it's covered in wood. It's not necessarily run down, but it is not new by any means. You can tell that there hasn't been much maintenance to it. And the back section there that kind of floats off the back end there. Underneath it is the garden, and it's a secret garden. And above it is the secret window that the movie is titled after. It's just like a window that's very close to the ground, and they find it after they move some furniture, and they just like playfully call it their secret window, and it looks down on a garden. And yeah, personally, one of my favorite skills to build in The Sims is gardening. It gives you a lot of money for the effort you put in, and it is a lot more effort than most of the other skills, but it's totally worth it in my opinion. I love to see my gardens flourish when I successfully make one, I guess. So yeah, as I said, the outside isn't exact to the movie, and I was really hoping I could get it that way, but the roofing just wasn't working for me. I tried a bunch of different alternatives, but I I couldn't get it the way I wanted it to, so I'm a little bit unhappy about that, but for the most part I really like the rest of this build. Um, it's a relatively traditional interior. Um, as I said, he's a writer, so it's very, like, the character is a recluse writer, and he's messy. Some people could call him sloppy, maybe. Um, but that's the kind of sim that I kind of geared the build towards. So the loft up here has like a little office area with a computer and that's where he writes. Um, and I'm not sure if lot traits share to the gallery when you do them, but I included the private dwelling one along with something about creativity. It just cultivates the writing skill a little bit faster. And I did include the filthy trait because things get dirty quickly in the movie, at least, as well. He has a maid, so I thought that would be kind of fun to put in there. This is just on a 30 by 20 lot, I believe, and I set it in Newcrest. I didn't know where else really to set it. But yeah, it's one of my builds that I'm most proud of, honestly, and that's why I decided to put it on YouTube. Start my time on here with something a little fun, hey? Yeah, I'm just building the garden here. I do include a bunch of the like plants that are like just plants in the game. But of course you can delete them and make it an actual garden that your sim will take care of if that's something you want to do. I just wanted it for the looks of it, really, and you don't have to, obviously. So like I said, it's a very, very cluttered house. I did play test it, everything works. I haven't uploaded it to the gallery yet, but if anyone wants to use it, I can upload it to the gallery. No problem. And we're finally starting to furnish. Furnishing is fun, but it's also very, very tedious if you want things to look good and realistic. And yeah, it's the most time consuming part for me anyway when I'm doing builds. I take forever to furnish. I need to make sure every detail is right. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to that. So I'm gonna leave this voiceover here. It's been long enough for me. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see another video, and give it a thumbs up if you like the idea, if you like movie inspired builds, if you have any recommendations. I'll do some of those too. Like, I am very open to criticism as well, so yeah, just let me know. Thanks guys, I hope you enjoy.